Good morning and welcome in on your Wednesday. Dan Hardenbrook, glad to have you along as we take a look at your latest local news from around the region. It is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your Wednesday news headlines are brought to you by your three-time award-winning local newspaper of the year. It's the Newberry News. Let's check out this week's front page headlines. Bye-bye blackbird. Hundreds of cormorants have been killed off in a big lake reduction effort. The village of Newberry may soon partner with the Lewis County Sheriff's Department for a part-time deputy. The suspect in a state forest campground pay pipe theft ring is ordered to pay thousands in restitution. Operation Dry Water is aiming for sober boating this holiday weekend. And don't miss the annual historic photo show returning to Newberry this week. Those stories and more available inside this week's edition of your award-winning Newberry News. It's available now. In your latest local news this morning, Tahquamenon Area Schools is announcing summer hours and changes to entrances in the building due to ongoing construction work. July 7th through August 1st, the Tahquamenon Area Schools offices will be open on Wednesdays only from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also, due to ongoing construction projects in front of the building beginning next week, throughout the month of August, the only entrance into the building will be through the back doors of the school cafeteria. You can get more information by going online to the Tahquamenon Area Schools TAS website or by calling the central office at 906-293-3226. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources says that they are pushing back the release of their latest Michigan Forest Management Plan following weather events that took place earlier this year. The Department of Natural Resources says the completion of their new 10-year state forest management plan will be delayed for at least a year following devastating ice storms that struck portions of northern Michigan and the eastern UP back in late March. The historic storm coated trees with more than an inch of ice in some areas, causing widespread damage in the northeast lower peninsula, part of the eastern UP. During that event, more than 900,000 acres of state forest lands were affected, with trees of many species incurring varying levels of damage. Damage assessments have been ongoing, and assessment of stands and existing treatments is currently underway. Timber salvage harvests have also begun across the northern part of the state, with both being tracked closely to gauge their impact on the plan moving forward. Storm damage spans across the entirety of 5 different management areas, primarily in the northern lower peninsula. The DNR says that once their modeling is updated to account for storm damage, the DNR planning team will then need to produce new harvest targets, wildlife habitat outputs, current and future age class distributions, volume estimations, among other items. The revised plan will then go through another formal review process with external and internal feedback. Get more information by going to the DNR State Forest Planning website and getting the latest on the timeline for the plan moving forward. The LMAS District Health Department is reminding those in the community regions that they serve that new water testing fees are now in effect. As of Monday, LMAS Regional Laboratory updated pricing includes a $10 fee increase over previous charges. All water tests will now include that fee moving forward. The LMAS District Health Department says the adjustment in fees for the water testing helps them support the ongoing quality, reliability, and sustainability of the services they provide. It also helps ensure that they continue to serve the communities with excellence as they adapt to funding changes and rising costs. Get more details on the $10 increase for water testing by going online to lmasdhd.org/laboratory-testing. If you have questions or concerns, you can call 906-293-5107, extension 314. LMAS is thanking the communities for their understanding and support. They continue to try and provide the best service possible for the region. The American Legion Post 74 in Newberry held a special dedication ceremony naming the large hall at the facility in honor of one of the area's most distinguished veterans. The American Legion Post 74 of Newberry held the renaming ceremony on Saturday afternoon, where the former Big Hall banquet room was named the James Lone Hall. More than 20 Legion members and residents, as well as family members, were in attendance. Past Squadron 74 Commander Sterling McGinn acted as the event's MC, gave a background on Lone and his accomplishments. American Legion Auxiliary provided a luncheon after the ceremony. Unlike the small banquet room, which has been named for many years in memory of Joanne Warren, in the lounge, named in honor of the Haru family, the Big Hall, a gathering place for many community events, has never had a formal name. Legion officials decided to name the room after the current Newberry resident. Lone is a 63-year life member of the Post 74. He served as commander in 1977 and oversaw the construction of the current post headquarters, worked to create a hall for the community to use for events. The room has held weddings, funerals, dances, benefit dinners, graduation parties, and so much more. Lone was made a life member in 1986. The mortgage on the new building was paid off. A Newberry native, Lone owned and operated Lone's Garden, was the third generation to operate the store, which closed in the 1990s. The dedication includes a new sign that will hang over the entrance to the hall, which was made by local resident Jim Deslack. Deslack's grandfather, Martin Haru Jr., made the rest of the wooden signs in the Legion. During the ceremony, Legion Commander and Legion Riders Chapter Director Leo St. Germain presented Becky Keene and Sterling McGinn with certificates of appreciation for their contributions as well. Lewis County Pet Pals has announced they'll host their annual bake sale and display table once again this year during and following the 4th of July parade in Newberry. The booth will be set up on the lawn of the McMillan Township Building, the corner of Newberry Avenue and East Truman Boulevard. This year's table will feature homemade baked goods donated by Pet Pals members, pet treats, dog and cat toys, and other items until supplies run out. All items are available by donation, and funds will benefit Pet Pals and the Lewis County Animal Shelter. Information provided about the Lewis County Animal Shelter with pictures of adorable adoptable pets currently available will also be on display. For more information, check out today's latest edition of the Newberry News. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. That is your latest local news this morning. It's your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your news today is being brought to you by your 3-time award-winning local newspaper of the year. It's the Newberry News. It's Wednesday. The latest edition of your award-winning Newberry News is available now. Time now to check in with sports this morning. The Tigers will play 2 today in the nation's capital. Tigers and Nationals rained out in their series opener last night, setting the stage for a twin bill doubleheader taking place today. Game 1 will start at 1 o'clock with Game 2 and the nightcap starting shortly before 7 p.m. Tigers will send lefty Tyler Holton to the mound for Game 1 this afternoon. Right-hander Jack Flaherty start Game 2 tonight. Nationals countering with Trevor Williams and Mackenzie Gore. Tigers enter the series in the month of July with baseball's best record. Busy day for the Pistons and NBA free agency. They're bringing back 2 former Michigan Wolverines to the state. Pistons agreeing to a sign and trade deal. They'll bring three-point sharpshooter Duncan Robinson to the Motor City on a 3-year, $48 million deal. Another Michigan star who's played several years in the NBA has created quite the role as a backcourt scorer. Karis LeVert, a 2-year, $29 million deal for him. Pistons looking to upgrade after an incredible turnaround that saw them go from one of the worst records in NBA history to a playoff position last season. Your latest local weather forecast for the day today. As we inch closer to the holiday, we do have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms today. Skies will become sunny later in the afternoon. Highs in the low 80s, northwest winds 5 to 10. Thursday, plenty of sunshine. Highs in the upper 70s, calm winds north 5 miles per hour. Early outlook for your Independence Day, mostly sunny and a high in the low 80s. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. That is a look at your news, sports, and weather with your Newberry News Update on M123 FM.
Covering stories that interest the community, readers have come to depend on the Newberry News. Subscribe to the digital edition for early Wednesday morning access or get the print edition delivered to your doorstep. The Newberry News, your news and information leader.